got a Oklahoma Joe pellet grill. Been giving me an error too on the display when I get up into this section here. What seems like when it gets over 300 degrees, it's when I have problems. As long as I stay around in this section of the dial, everything seems to work fine. So if I go from here to here, here to here, that's when I get my error. So when that happens, it has to cool almost completely down and then reignite and restart again, and then I have to get it back up to temperature. So I called Oklahoma Joe. They sent me a new igniter, and that's what we're gonna put in, and then we're gonna test it. Going to change the igniter from my Oklahoma Joe pit. Give me some issues, so they sent me a new one. Now I gotta figure out how to get this replaced. Just try to do a how-to video on doing this, so see if we can get started. First thing I'm gonna do is clean out the ash can. So I found one problem already. The ash is clogged up in there. I need to clean that out first. First thing I'm gonna do is remove these screws on the side here, and then remove this handle, pull this handle. I gotta remove this. I believe there's a couple of screws down here to get to. That removes this guard. Remove the handle, and then I can take this whole basket out. So I've taken these screws loose. There's some screws right underneath here that need to come out. So the screws end up being right here on the side. So gotta take that screw out. Take that screw out. They're pretty greasy. So then this should come off. And then exposes the screws down there. Those are the ones I was trying to get to. Alright, after some work, after I try to use a flat blade, and it bent my tip. After I used a number 3 Phillips, I thought it was a square head. Stripped out a square head. Tried a smaller drill bit, go ahead and drill it out. Ended up using a smaller drill bit, a larger drill bit, and finally got the head off of it. So now yep, there's one right there. There we go. Good. That came out pretty easy. Alright, now this. I've got an igniter to put in, and I believe it's right. It's right here. So one thing that I have to go back and refilm was I didn't show, or somehow the video got deleted, accidentally deleted. That shows how I got the element from here down into here. You can see it's a pretty small hole. So what I did was, since the element was bad anyway, since the igniter was bad, I cut it off. I taped the new connector to it and slowly pulled it up underneath here. And then carefully pulled it through there, and then plugged it into here. put everything back the way it was. So that was a part that somehow got deleted, but that's how you do that. And then I just inserted here, put the new set screw in, and I'm going to push that all the way in there so I have plenty of heating igniter to ignite the pellets, because before I don't think it was igniting it all the way because it was just barely sticking out, roughly about a ½ inch. So hopefully this helps ignite everything a little bit quicker. So this is the ash I pulled out of it. So the bottom part goes in first. Alright, it's supposed to be a screw go there, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Alright, so that's going to screw right back in there. I got to turn those screws around, they'll screw in from the bottom. We'll put the cover on, screw those in on the side. Son of a bitch. Now I'm gonna fix that. Alright, got it on. I'll set it to low. There's the igniter there. It's starting to glow red. Starting to smoke. Didn't take long. Now I'm thinking about it. I think the igniter that came with it wasn't pushed in far enough, wasn't installed all the way. So I installed one a little bit further in. It seemed to start a little bit quicker and to fire up, start smoking quicker. So we'll see if we get a hair once it gets up to about 400 degrees, 500 degrees. We'll see how hot we can get. Alright, so got the up to temperature. I got it on medium, and I got it at 627 degrees. So that's the highest it's ever been since I've been getting this air tube message. Now that we've replaced the element, I believe that fixed the problem. I also think, looking down in there, when it started, my old element that came with it from the factory was only sticking out about 1/4 inch, which wasn't even getting hot. So it was taking longer for it to ignite the pellets, so it was burning longer, hotter to make that work. So since I shoved this one in there further, I'm wondering if that's gonna make that element last longer. Anyway, we'll see. So for now, let's cook.